Okay, hey everyone. So I was just making a little something, some key lime pie, by the way, which is what I'm going to show you how to make today. And I thought, hey, why not show you how to make it since I'm making it anyways. So what you're going to want to start off with, what we can do first is the crust that we're going to be using, which is a graham cracker crust. So get out like a half a stick of butter, or fourth a cup, and melt that so it's completely melted. No little chunks or any of that. And then crush up about, let me show you. So you see these, there's a little more to this, but excuse me, whole graham crackers like this, about 5 or 6 of them. So that's what you're going to want to crush up. That's what I have here, and this is going to be your crust. So just pour that into the butter. Make sure this is crushed up real good, like real fine, like you can see here. If there's a few bits and pieces that are a little bigger than that, it's fine. It's not a huge deal. So then get out something to mix it up with, and just mix it together. Maybe smush it a little more if you need to, and mix the butter and the graham crackers really well. As you can see, they look really moist and they're starting to come together nicely. And then so mix that good, and then take just maybe about a half a teaspoon, I'd say, of sugar, just adding a little sweetness to the crust. And then just stir that in. So once you've done that, you're all good. And then so just set that aside for a minute. I'll bring you over here with this. So for this, about 3 egg yolks, just egg yolks, and 1 can of sweetened condensed milk, a 14-ounce can, aka Eagle brand, or any other. It doesn't have to be Eagle brand, but just pour that in. Let it all drain out, and then also you're going to want 2.5 tablespoons of lime juice, and about 1/4 to a half teaspoon of the lime rind or zest. Zest is just a fancy word for the shredding it off the rind of it. So pour that in. Whisk the Eagle brand and the eggs first. Whisk them till they're nice and combined and seem light. Then you'll add in your lime juice and zest. So just bear with me for a second. Okay. Now add in your 2.5 tablespoons of lime juice and half teaspoon of lime zest. So just stir that up. See, the lime zest just makes a little more flavor and just some different texture in there. You shouldn't taste it, not taste it, but you shouldn't really feel it when you're eating it, like a big chunk of the zest or whatever. So now you have both of your mixture. So it does look like a little liquidy, but it will end up being okay. So add about 1 tablespoon of sugar to that. Now the Eagle brand already adds a little sweetness to it, but lime juice is very tart. So just whisk that in. Now, it does look a little liquidy, so it's not, you don't have to do this. So if you want it to be gluten-free or whatever, then you don't have to do this, but you can add about like 2 tablespoons of regular flour. Now, everyone's always like, oh, who says anything but just flour? Well, there are different types of flour, so that's all why I always just want to reconfirm. It is all-purpose flour. So, add 2 tablespoons, or 3 tablespoons of the flour. So just mix that in real good. This just thickens it up a little and gives it some cakiness to it. So again, that is optional. 3 tablespoons of flour. That is optional. So pretty much this is a gluten-free recipe except for the graham crackers. So yeah. So I will be back once I've got the pans out, and I'll tell you all the times in that once I get back. Hey everyone, so I'm back now. Now for the pans, I prefer to use these. They're called springform pans. Maybe you've never heard of them before, but they detach like this. There's the bottom piece, and then there's the piece that keeps all the stuff in from falling out of the sides. So, and you just click it, and it's a pie pan. So I like these because then you can just, you know, unsnap it, and take the pie out. So I would suggest using these, but you can use regular pie pan. It's all just preference. So now that you know that, what you're gonna want to do with so stir your stuff up just a little bit, and then spoon or fork, whatever happens to be your utensil, whatever you want to call it, put some of the graham cracker crust stuff in there, and then just with your fingers just smush it out. So if you end up needing, based on how thick you put your layer of crust, anyways, depending how thick you put that, you may need to double your recipe for the bottom crust. So just letting you know that. But I'll just put that down below and tell you that just in case. So now just smush that out. Make sure it's all the way to the sides. And this is why it helps when you have the smaller pieces, because it fills in all the gaps and it just doesn't seep through. So add as much till you feel comfortable with your crust, and like that's good enough, thick enough. Whatever thickness you like it. If you like a really thick crust, that's fine. It's all preference again. So move your other pans out of the way, and then so stir this up a little again, and just dump it in. So depending on this, depending on how much you fill it, again, this may only make you 2 mini pans. So again, it depends. So I'll do these other ones, and again, you may only get 2 of the small pans out of it. So just letting you know that. Again, you may double your recipes on the pie and the crust, depending on how much you put and what kind of pie pans you use. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. I think it's relatively short, and I will be releasing a lasagna video if everything goes right. And again, hope you enjoyed. I'll post a picture at the end of the video, show you how it comes out. Thanks for watching.